Well, hello there! It's that time again! As if you didn't know. Just looking at my face should tell you what time it is. It's time for the blog that truly blazes. I, Bob Decker, and my friend and associate, Marissa Cohen, are going to blog to our heart's content today. Though we will try to keep it brief. We do respect your time, and we respect the fact that you tune into this blog that truly blazes. We deeply appreciate you, for without you, we would be two adults sitting in front of this one-eyed thing, flipping these pieces of cardboard around.
And talking about astrology.
And talking about astrology to no avail.
Right.
All right? So let's go ahead and talk about tarot and astrology. The first card is the last card of the previous week's reading. Now that card is the Six of Cups. Sun in Scorpio, our inner darkness being illuminated by the light of the sun, our emotions being balanced, ourselves being filled with solar power that we can use to flow towards our goals. So we may have found things flowing, we may have found things were just seemed right, and that everything seemed to be balanced, and emotionally we may have felt some darker stuff, but it was like it was being cleansed, it was being purified and being released. And I see you nodding your head.
Well, that's just Scorpio energy all over. It's just great for burning old stuff away and getting us prepared for a new chapter. So it's absolutely where we were last week. Very cool.
Yeah. Now our next card is really good. We're coming into the energy of the Ten of Discs. This is pretty cool. Ten of Discs has been called the Wall Street card. Now Wall Street's not so positive nowadays,
right?
But, you know, it's a money card. It's a big money card. It's manifestation. It's Mercury in Virgo. That's a really good, cool combo because Mercury is planet of commerce, communication, healing. Virgo's very meticulous. It's an earth sign ruled by Mercury. So this is Mercury perfectly expressing itself. And what it's doing is guiding us towards manifesting our dreams, making them concrete, making them whole, and potentially, because of that, more money coming in. Okay?
That's great. I like what Bob just said about Mercury manifesting itself. I think that's very, very powerful. Also because, just to go quickly into this, next week on March 30th, going to April 23rd, we're going to be in Mercury retrograde in Aries. So we're going to be dealing with very aggressive and assertive ways of communication and things like that, with that same caveat that when you're dealing with Mercury in retro, you just want to take your time, go slow with your communication, not rush anything, try not to make any big purchases, and just know that it's all going to start to come together. It's just, communication may seem a little slow. It's not going to stop us from going about our life and living our life. We're just going to be aware that communication might seem a little slow or maybe a little bit confusing. Because we're doing Mercury in retro. And if you know your chart, wherever Aries falls in your chart is where you may be experiencing some of that communication stuff that's going to happen. So that's just a heads up. It's coming in next week. Yeah, well, I've been feeling it already. I've been getting travel issues when I'm driving around, and it gets like really aggressive drivers. Sometimes I find myself getting a little bit aggressive, blowing horns. And, you know. And we're in the shadow period now, which is 2 weeks prior, so we've actually been in a little bit of a gray area.
But it won't be so bad. We got more energy coming up that's also good now. We got more Mercury energy because the third and final card, the card that represents the energy that we're going to be coming into by the end of next week, is the Six of Swords. Now, Six of Swords is pretty cool. Six of Swords is Mercury in Aquarius, entitled Science. The idea of science is intelligently applying our minds, our thinking powers, to achieving specific goals. So the fuzzy-headedness at least won't set in right away, you know, which you can get with the Mercury retrograde. It looks to me like we're going to have a lot of clarity. We're going to have a foundation for clarity because of the Ten of Discs. And then we're just going to have that launching pad that we can go ahead and focus on what we want to focus on. Now as we come into the retrograde, you're going to want to focus on stuff from the past, old projects that you didn't clear up, stuff you started, you stopped, maybe stuff you started during the last retrograde.
Right.
Which you shouldn't have done, you know, and, you know, but now is the time to go back and clean this stuff up. So, you know, it's nothing to be afraid of. You just need to use it constructively, meditation, regression, all these kind of inward seeking things, going back into the past, always good during a retrograde.
Right.
Go ahead, kiddo. Now, what you
well,
gotta say.
the other thing about Mercury in retrograde, and also with this card that we just pulled, is that Mercury in Aquarius is sextile, which means it gets along with Aries planets. So that's just some more gentle energy coming in.
Yay.
And also, I just want to give a shout out to all the Aries people, because we're officially in Sun and Aries right now. That started March 23rd. So happy birthday, Aries. And famous Aries people are Russell Crowe from the Gladiator movies, Xena Warrior Princess, Rachel Maddow is also an Aries. There's a couple more famous people. And if you want to read more about that, you can go to happyganesh.com, where there's a whole thing up on Aries and famous Aries people and what it may mean for you.
And that's how you get a hold of her. If you want a reading, you go to happyganesh.com and you can read all about her services. She's also an editor, a writer. She wears many hats.
Yes.
Okay, she wears many hats, and she'll put on whichever hat she has to.
Right.
To please you. I wear a few myself. I'm a certified clinical hypnotist. I'm trained in past life regression, so I can help you visit these past lives. Maybe that's a good thing to do during retrograde.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I can do readings. I'm an experienced card reader with about 25 years of experience, and energy healer, as well as a photographer and videographer. I wear a lot of hats, and I enjoy it all. And I enjoy doing our blog that truly blazes. Take a look at my website, www.bobdecker.net, and you'll get links to podcasts and videos and all the different cool things that I'm into. And go on happyganesh.com and check out what she's doing.
Yep.
Lots and lots and lots of cool stuff.
And also, I'll always repost the blog that we do. Will also be on my site as well.
There you go. There you go. And if you're not on my YouTube channel subscribing, it's Bob Decker 166. Okay?
Yep.
It's Bob Decker 166 is my YouTube channel. Okay, listen, we love you. We appreciate your time. Appreciate you tuning into the blog that truly blazes. And until we blaze your way again, many, many, many blessings.